Folks, what is up? How you doing? How's everyone doing tonight? Hey, Patty. Hey, Aaron. How you guys doing? How is everybody? Charlie. So, I saw Gman made a video, and I had some things about it, some opinions and some receipts. So I will play those. But first, let me play Rev's video, and then I'll play a little bit of Gman's video, and then I have here a video, just a little snippet of, because when I talked to Gman myself over a year ago, folks, a year ago, folks. Hey Taylor, what's up? Patty, what's up? Sore but still going. That's good. I feel better as well. But I talked to Gman over a year ago, so I don't want to hear this bullshit that he didn't know anything. That is bullshit for anyone who's been paying attention. Let me just pause this real quick. But yeah, I saw that and I'm like, wow, that's the biggest crock of shit I ever heard. But I'll start with this, and then I will play. I'll play what I have. But thanks for being here, folks.
You really gonna trust a guy who says he would take a baseball bat to a trans head?
Do you want that on the video?
That's so funny. Do you want that on the video? So there you go. That's how Rev does it. And it's so funny that both of them, that Shanny and Rev, do the Shanny, Rev, and Gman will all turn against each other. But I think I played that one. This is the one I didn't play.
Hey guys, what's up? Wow, it is a dreary day here. I'll tell you.
Hey
that
Janice,
much.
what's up?
So you ain't gonna see me, but that's okay. I'm here though. See, there's my hand.
Oh well, this video that Gman made, it was a couple days ago. I just want to add my thing to it because I actually did get to talk to him. But Gman's a big baby. For anyone who doesn't know, he's a big baby. And he won't talk to anybody without making fun of them or just repeating their name over and over and get them to, piss them off, which he did. He pissed me off because I was asking him serious questions, but he didn't want to answer anything. But I will get to that. You will see.
So, God bless everybody. Okay, I always want to start with that. I want to remember to start in blessing people. Because we've been blessed in this time and seen many people that have come forward and really helped us during this time. And I'm telling you, we wouldn't even be eating if it wasn't for you guys. That's the truth. Because I can't get to a place with the EBT card. It's just not possible
Amazon, bro.
Anymore, So if you want to help and fulfill the need, you see that down there. That's the PayPal, and you guys have been...
Yeah. You got it. Pretty convenient how they're all quiet. You hit it. You hit the nail. You hit the nail on the head with that one. These people do things in sequence. It is so obvious. Anyone who's been paying attention, even in 6 months, you will see that they all will either be doing videos at the same time or they won't. And that is definitely by design. Everyone's saying that. They all do it together. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're still not even all talking to each other behind the scenes. I mean, Gman, Rev, Shanny, they were friends, whatever you want to call it, internet friends for a long time.
So much responding, we need food and drink, so whatever comes in, it gets used.
They need food.
I want to thank somebody who donated yesterday. I want to thank you. You're providing. You're helping us survive here. So with that said, this is much less, let's say, revolutionary.
It's like, sir, now tell me about the situation. Well, I went to get my girlfriend, or sorry, wife. Don't tell her I said girlfriend. A sandwich, and then she got slappy with me. You sure that they're gonna change my voice so they can't tell who I am? Ha ha. Yeah, sure. They'll think you're just Mickey Mouse. Oh, good. Like really. Like, why does Rev make these damn hostage crisis videos?
News type stuff, okay? But this is something near and dear to my heart because I grew up playing the Super Mario games, okay? So yeah. I do want to comment on this. So,
and I know that some people have a problem with Gman's name, but you know what? He used to go by his name, and Rev has said his name a million times. Shanny said his name a million times. You know, I mean, whatever. Gary, Gman, it doesn't matter to me. If he wants to be called Gman, that's fine with me. But I don't feel like, I don't have to give a child abuser or a child abuser enabler any respect. Yes. No child abusers or enablers get respect at the crypt. I will call you out. And I'm sorry. Maybe G-Man didn't put his hands on the kids, but he allowed it to happen, which I will prove tonight.
I heard that they were doing the Super Mario movie, and it does turn out that it's 3D animation, which is super cool. That's what you want to see. Yeah. I could even say regular animation, not 3D. I would like to see it that even, like old school looking Mario type animation. I would love if they did a movie like that. But no, since it's 2022, we have to do everything in CG, frickin',
Can you imagine? But you're absolutely right, Amanda. Can you imagine, like, you get kicked out of your house, everyone knows you went to jail for child abuse, his own girlfriend called him out, his friend called him out, his uncle doesn't want anything to do with him, and what he's worried about, folks, he's worried about Mario's voice. I mean, call me nuts, but it was something like I thought about, but for like 2 damn seconds. I would think that Rev would have some more serious things on his mind, but I don't know. Maybe because they've gotten away with it for so long, they don't think that there's any consequences ever going to happen. Could be.
3D animation. I mean, if that's what you have to do, I guess, being a modern company. So that's fine. Exactly. But I heard who was doing the voice for Mario, and they said it was this Chris Pratt dude, who I am honestly, I'm not a fan of modern cinema much. Like, if I'm watching a movie, it's probably going to be something new that I found from like the 70s or 80s or 90s. And modern stuff to me is just, I don't know. Like, save a couple movies like Pandorum, which is probably one of the best. Shanny told me about that movie. And I saw that, and I was like, wow, okay, they can still do it then. But yeah, like, save a movie like Pandorum, like, modern cinema.
It sounds like you never even seen that movie. He's like, yeah, like this movie that Shanny told me about. I swear I saw it. Don't ask me what it's about. But yeah, that movie's great because Shanny told me that it was great. Ha.
It's just anathema to me. It's crap. So I don't even know Chris Pratt. I didn't know who the hell it was. I know Jack Black. I love.
They're on different websites all day begging for money. Because that's what they were doing this whole time. Once they realized, like, oh, we lost a lot of money. We lost a lot of that stock market money. Because that's where a lot of his money came from. He had money in stocks, and he had life insurance from his mother. All given to him. So he had about $700 to $750,000. Now they say it's all gone. I personally don't think it's all gone, folks. I think maybe there might be $100,000, maybe even $50,000. This is just me speculating, but because I've heard many times that the uncle has given them a little bit here and there. Now I wouldn't be surprised if his mom set up some sort of thing if Rev spent it all, that there'd be a contingency that the uncle would take over and give him a little bit of what was left. Because, you know, like, I can't believe, like, and, you know, meanwhile, she gave birth to him, but I can't believe his mother would be that stupid to think that Rev, never working a day in his life, would not take that money and just, you know, throw it away like how he did, or get manipulated by someone to you know, to give it to them.
Jack Black, and he's doing Bowser. Like, I got no problem with that. I'm sure he's fine with that. But
hey, Eva,
they
what's
have
up?
absolutely, really, in a way, destroyed my childhood with this Chris Pratt Mario thing. So I broke down, you know. I'm like, I didn't want to even think about the existence of this movie.
Well, like, maybe even 20 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand. I'm sure there's got to be a little bit of stipend left, a little bit of that money left over that the uncle has some sort of control of, that he's getting a little bit of amounts of. I don't think it's all gone. And a lot of people have said the same thing, because, like, all of a sudden he'll be okay. And like you said, we won't hear from them, we won't see them, we won't hear or see nothing for like days. Like, what's up with those days? I can't believe that there's just random people out there giving them anything more than, you know, $20, pack of cigarettes. I mean, they need money. I mean, they need to pay 37 or probably 30 a week. They got like maybe $210 a week to stay at this place, plus all their foods that they're not, you know, using, that they haven't wasted on the food stamp money that they haven't got. Well, let's see. Today's the 15th, so they would have gotten their second part of the food stamp money today. So you know what? Maybe that's why we haven't heard from them, folks, because they just got their second half of the food stamp money.
Really, but it's out there, and people talk about it. So I broke down. I went to YouTube, and I was just going to look up like an interview with Chris Pratt and see what his voice sounds like, but no. I saw it. It was a short. It was a really short little segment of Mario in the Mushroom World, and he goes, "What is this place?" And that's it. I shut it off. The movie doesn't exist to me. This is so disgusting. You can't. The guy is still living that does the Mario voice.
You know, I understand what he's trying to say, but I think being in film and stuff, you can't be closed-minded when you see people acting and stuff. I personally thought that Heath Ledger was not going to be a good Joker, and I was so wrong. I was so wrong on the lawn. And Michael Keaton being Batman, I can remember that being like, no way, he can't be Batman, he's too small. It's like, there's sometimes people will surprise you, folks, and you know, I think you have to watch a movie before you know, judge a book by its cover.
You can't have him do the Mario voice. Now maybe it's because it's kind of a what's the word, I can't say the word.
You know, Shanny for life, it's from years of him getting away with this. You know, they have to stop freaking getting away with not having to pay or worry about nothing. You know, it really pisses me off, because it's like, I have to worry about so much shit, and these two motherfuckers just get to go sit in some nasty hotel all day, smoking Delta 8, begging for money. Like, wow, what an existence.
That I'm thinking of.
Ethno-Italian?
Yeah, thank you. It's yes.
No.
Yeah. No, well, no, that's not the word that I'm. But it's close enough. People know what I mean. If you think of how Mario talks, you know, that's
Rev, you don't need to do that. Your voice is already there.
Might seem a little unkind. There you go. That's why I'm thinking they did actually. But what is Luigi in the movie? I don't think he is. Maybe he is.
What?
Who does Luigi? If Luigi's in it, maybe.
You didn't see Luigi running in the commercial, or you're probably too high. on Delta 8. Yeah, Luigi's in it, and it's that guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
They're going to save that for another movie.
The small, funny one.
But
Charlie Day.
Because who put this out? It's Disney, right?
No, it's Pixar, you moron.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's doing this, but thanks again for absolutely decimating and destroying my childhood. Thanks.
Wow. What an existence, folks. You don't have to worry about nothing. You know, everything is just given to you. The only thing you need to worry about is if Mario's character is done well. All right. So Gman made this video, and I just noticed some inconsistencies in it that I want to bring up. And then I'm going to show my video. And this is back when I used to show myself on camera more. This is when I was naive. And just to show you how I had to deal with it. Well, you know what?
Like that? You like that, you fat fucking
Philly Guy donated $2 through Super Chat. Make sure you like the stream, folks.
Fucking...
Thanks, Philly Guy. Yo, dude, you know what? I knew it was coming, but they still scare the crap out of me, you know? Because the way they come, it's like, oh my God. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. But yeah, you know what? I'll play this first. So, so he made this video that I'm going to talk about like a few days ago. And I made this video November 3rd, 2021. And what happened was Gman had a couple of people on panel on his different channel. I was one of them. And I was talking to him. And then he said, come back on his channel. I went back there and he had me for a couple of minutes. I got so pissed off that I went live and I stream sniped it, and I took the part that I was talking to him. And in this video, I'm going to show you here. Basically, I knew he was going to cut me off. And my biggest concern was the children, of course. I mean, that's why I'm here. You know, their well-being. I heard about, poop on the floor and pee on the beds and blood on the walls, and I wanted his perspective on if he thought that was normal behavior, normal Christian behavior, as he says. And he kept on annoying me, which you'll see, and I kind of had to yell at him. But so this is my one little personal interaction with Gman.
My time.
Listen, if someone was my friend and I said to them,
I'm trying to
say, Draven, and I co-signed for shit on the floor, piss in the beds, Gman. Ha! So, yeah, that was the thing. He got me mad because he was just going and going and going, and I'm yelling it. I know, not to be a jerk, but to kind of like ram that point home that this was happening. These kids were being abused. Everyone was saying it. And he was saying that only atheists were saying it, or only people that don't like them and whatever, all these types of ableist people that don't like Shanny and Rev and blah, blah, blah. But as we saw, that's not true. So let's on to this video. But if you want to, you can go check out, it's called Gman is a Punk, to get that whole video. Like I said, it's from last year. Like, almost a year last year. So he's had over a year. I just want to throw that out.
Totally unbiblical. Shanny and Rev, some of the things I'm going to say, a lot of you know, but we're going to talk about some of the things on here a lot of you may not know. But they keep getting on here, and they keep feeling the need that...
Yeah, well, Vultures, you know, what he does is, me personally, I don't care what someone believes in. I'm not going to hold that, against them, because, like, who am I? I don't have the knowledge that someone else doesn't have. So I wouldn't, like, hold that against you if you believe or don't believe. Well, with all that being said, he's using that as a crutch to justify child abuse. And he still hasn't said why he never said, you know what, this is wrong or wrong. He hasn't said that. He said that, that the place stunk like feet and they wouldn't get a job. So he turned against them. I would have given this man more respect, and more people should that are giving him money and stuff if he actually would have said, I realized that they were abusing the kids and I couldn't take part in it. Because he obviously knew. People like me told him, yelled at him.
Everyone else out there has to actually help them. They say that they're surviving based on, the people that are subscribed to their YouTube channels or their Twitch or whatever, right? And that's who they're depending on and everything and whatnot. How many of you know that they claim to be Christians, that they claim to be followers of Jesus Christ? You know what I mean? They put their trust in me when they came to that house. They put their trust in their uncle when they went to that house. They put that trust in that money when they was in Boulder, Colorado. Shanny placed her faith in Chris when she was in Duluth, and now she's placing her faith, in her games on her Twitch. She is not placing her faith in Jesus. Okay, if she was, she would actually do what the Bible says. Now,
and you know what? I'd rather have a friend to tell me when I am doing wrong. Gman was never a friend to them. To me, I respect somebody if they can be like, hey man, you're not doing this right. And I'm not saying this to be mean, but I'm saying this as a friend because I like you. I want to help you. Maybe you don't notice it. Maybe you're just, but you have to take care of this. You have to lock this down now because it looks bad. There's nothing wrong with some constructive criticism if you're doing it to try to help the person. I mean, I've learned that. I learned that we all kind of need to hear something sometimes because, there's times that, we get into moods. We're not always right, but he kept this for 2-3 years of the same crap.
Shanny, if you want to know why I'm being something of a prick by doing all of this, let me show you something here because I'm not really being a prick, but that's how I'm going to describe myself. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 5 says, to deliver such a one unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord Jesus. In other words, the reason why I have decided to come after you like this, because both of you need to come into the reality that you're no longer upper middle class people no more. You don't have all of this money anymore. You guys are struggling just like everyone else and actually doing quite worse than everyone else. And you need to get off your behinds and do something. And a lot of people may not understand this. I'm talking to the Christians out there. First of all, make no mistake about it. We live in the United States of America, for those of you who live here or whatever. And there is a ton of help out there in Scranton, PA. And I'm going to prove it. Okay, but before I do, let me cut my camera on real quick. I want to show everybody something.
Dude, you don't have to prove it. I know. Many people know. I like that. I'm going to prove that there's help there. People have told them. All you're doing is just being finally agreeing with everybody. It's so funny. It's so funny that he's given people a little bit, and people are starting to turn their idea to change their mind about Gman. Not me. To me, he's still the same douchebag piece of shit that enabled child abuse and that can't even admit it. All I need is that. I need him to say, yes, I did it. I allowed it. It was messed up. I am sorry. I should apologize to those kids. I mean, really, he needs to say, kids, I am sorry that I enabled this child abuse to happen. And then people will clap. But for real. But I'm not surprised. This guy has a daughter, folks, that he never sees. So, perfect dad here too.
Here, real quick. Just give me a second here.
I
just found out that you can get $300 store credit or up to $240 cash for a PlayStation 5. I'm not really sure if you guys can see that or not. But they will give you up to $240 for a PlayStation 5. The value of that game that she has is going down every single day. Yeah.
You can still sell it on eBay for like $600.
She refuses to sell it. But that
or $500 with smells.
I want to show people this real quick. The city of Scranton will help people if they need it. Like, how many times have you heard them say they was on a forced fast? No, let me tell you something. They're not fasting because they don't have no money. They're not fasting because there's no food around. They're not even fasting because of the water that is in that hotel. People got to stop being stupid. If you're going to give them money, buy the food for them. Tell them to tell you where they are and then have the food delivered to them. Let me show you guys something real quick via screen share. I think you guys will find this interesting. All right.
I agree, Penny, because what he's doing is he's making an actual Christian look bad. I don't believe him and Shanny and Rev. To me, they're not real Christians. They're just people that are very much confused. That's how I feel. They have a lot of confusion about their lives and their sexuality and everything. And they use religion as a crutch to get away with things, so they don't have to come to terms with things. Because when he comes out with these Bible lectures, I agree, it's like it's not the right place for them.
And then you'll understand why I'm so ticked off at these two. If you have Google, you'll be shocked what you can actually find that will where you can receive help and strength. Like if you don't have any food, then you are technically in poverty. If you are in poverty, the city of Scranton and various other organizations would be more than happy to make sure that you got food in your stomach. There are soup
we
kitchens.
know.
As a matter of fact, how about I just show you all of you real quick? Hold on. Let me go into these settings. Nope, that ain't it. My goodness gracious, I'm getting bad at this. Present. That's what I want. You know, share my screen, share my audio.
You know what, Vultures? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to give to somebody that you kind of just met on the internet and you're not having any other type of relationship with them. I mean, come on. Like, you guys are right. How much money is this guy making? You know, he doesn't have the best job. He doesn't have the best education. There's no way he's making like $3,000 a month.
And I want to show everybody this here real quick. And Shanny, this is for you, Shanny. Okay, just to show you why those claims that you're making don't hold any weight. All right.
She does.
I just looked this up. It took me 2 minutes to look at this. And look at all of the different locations within that area, within the area where you are, that's willing to give you free food. You got the Salvation Army, you got the community, the community of Christ, you got the Catholic services right here, you got Friends of the Poor, you got the kinship kitchen food, you got these Assemblies of God, you got the St. Paul Parish. You know what I mean? All of these organizations are more than willing to give you food. Every last one of these locations are more than willing to give you.
Yeah, but they have to shower and they don't want to have to do that.
Food. What you have to be willing to do is get in your car, drive there, and actually pick up the food. Okay? But you and Rev are extremely lazy, and you guys don't want to get off your behinds and do anything. All right? You want people to take their money and give it to you so that
you know, there is actually churches out there that would bring it to them, that they would take pity on them. Because I know churches that do that. They would help them out. You know, there's people like, you know, when kids have to graduate from high school, they have to do their community service. They usually do something like that. There's definitely places that could help them. But I just don't know why they just don't get food on Amazon and call it a day. And then they can go to like each one of these food pantries. And some of these food pantries, you would be surprised. I've seen pictures. Like, it looks like almost like a regular store. You know, it's not just like rice and pasta anymore. It's not like the 80s.
you can go out there and buy choice food. I am sick and tired of watching this. It's not just from you, Shady and Rev, but this is from a lot of people out there that claim that they're so much in trouble, but they don't even go out there to go on their computers or their phones or ask a neighbor or something like that to see whether or not they can actually receive any help. Okay, but that's not the only thing I found. Okay, how many of you noticed that
yeah, and you know, stuff like this, like he gave them this amount of money, all that just is all I need to tell me that there's more to this story. There's still more that we don't know about, that they're all keeping. You know, that they could pretend to hate each other, but there's more to this. I don't believe he was giving them that much, and for Shane to not and Rev not to say anything, and then to see that he was giving them all that Delta 8, and he's like, oh, this is totally fine. Like, he just enabled them to be lazy for this whole year. And it's just really nuts. Like, why would you do that? I can't believe it. He just did it because he's a good Christian man.
Shanny and Rev
What about his own kid?
are still in that hotel? How many of you noticed that? Okay? How many of you noticed they're still in that hotel? Shanny told everybody that she has to have her feet elevated higher than a 90-degree angle. As many times as I've seen Shanny in person, she's never had her feet elevated like that, ever. She does not have a blood clot in her legs.
No,
okay?
she don't. She's
a lot of the things that she, with the exception of the what do you call it? With the exception of the fibromyalgia, that's the only thing that she's ever showed me. She's never shown me anything paperwork-wise to suggest that she has a blood clot in her leg. Remember, the same person that claims that she has a blood clot in her leg drove all the way from Minnesota all the way to PA, and it took them a couple of days to do that. How the heck are you telling people that you can't sit up in a certain position, and you did all of that, and then on top of that, you drove all the way from, and she was heavier then too, by the way, when she drove from Duluth all the way to PA.
Yeah, Shanny's driven all over the state, all over several states. I mean, she went there to PA to move in with Rev, and then they moved to Colorado, and then came right back within 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. So yeah. And I, when Shanny was, if anyone, you guys seen those car videos, you didn't really hear her bitching about, I need to stretch my big fat legs.
She's full of it. She didn't have no blood clots. That's why I didn't let that affect my decision making. I had an interesting conversation with Beckel today because, a lot of you was right. I was about to start giving the money again. Today was going to be the day because I watched the video. They looked pitiful. Shanny was on here. She looked weak and everything and whatnot.
Oh,
but I called Beckel up, my brother from another mother who I love very dearly. And I said, Beckel, do you think I should still give them food? I'm literally telling you the conversation I had with him.
Why would he even still consider giving them anything after all that? You call me names after I give you money and try to help you? No, you're done. You abuse children? You're done.
I wish he was here because he would confirm it. I said to him, should I start sending them money just for food, food only? And he was like, that's kind of tough. He said, are the kids there? I said, no, the CPS has the kids. Then he told me no. And the reason why me and him both share the same mindset about being no is because these two got to get off their behinds and start doing something for themselves. They got to start doing something for themselves. Because I also went on Google. Not only did I find all of those local food banks that Rev refuses to go to. He refuses, for whatever reason, to go to these food banks. Watch this, ladies and gents. They don't even got to be in the place where they're at right now. They don't even got to be there. I'm going to prove it to you. They don't even got to be there. So let me screen share again.
What does he mean by that? They don't have to be there.
And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And again, this is in the same little town of Strand. All right.
Well, Gman thinks that, that Shady could just go to her family in Minnesota, but I don't think any of her siblings want anything to do with her. They know what she's about. Her brother hates her because she's homophobic, and her sister's probably giving her, grief. I mean, this is Shanny we're talking about. So, I don't see anywhere any person that would take her, and maybe Rev, if he was by himself, the uncle would take him back. But I don't see Shanny going anywhere, like to any family member.
Emergency assistance. These are all the different places that is willing to help them.
Oh, the housing
all the different places that they can go to get help. I ain't talking about the Taco Bell. That's a location or whatever.
Yeah, they could get temporary assistance, and they would at least pay for that room that they're in now. A year up to 2 years. And then I think even Rev could get it separately. I don't know if it's better for them to apply jointly or separate. You could stretch out that time.
But these are all the different places that is willing to help them. Catholic Social Services, the Department of Human Services, the Safety Net, and there's other places as well. They go to downtown Scranton, but they can receive housing, emergency Section 8, temporary rent assistance. They can receive all of these things if they're willing to go out there and actually do this work.
And it's like, if this was like 20, 25 years ago, they would have been so screwed because stuff like this and donations didn't exist. It's like, I don't know, different times, man, different times. I'm just so surprised that they can just beg and then that works.
And go out there and actually talk to these people and tell them about their situation. I'm going to tell you what I've noticed about these guys. Every single day, they're making excuses. Hold on a minute. Every single day, they're making excuses for why they can't do anything. Okay, they were laying in bed. I'm not mentally right today. I need my medication. Okay, Shanny would want to play video games that day. She can barely walk. They made every excuse imaginable on why they couldn't go out there and actually do something for themselves. They really and truly believe that they were going to be sitting where they were for the rest of their lives.
Well, why'd you allow that?
They believe that they were going to be sitting there for the rest of their existence. Okay. So there's no excuse for them being hungry. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. There is an excuse for them being hungry, but
that it still bothers me with every time that Gman Fleet freaked out on people, including myself, saying I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know Shanny and Rev. What I'm seeing online is performance art. It's all fake. It's done up for them to get donations. And then have their kids get taken away and go, you know what? Maybe because they won't get a job. Yeah, I don't like them anymore. Like he can't say, you know what? You guys were right. You guys were right this whole time. And I just didn't want to see it. I was blind to it because of the smell.
But it has nothing to do with Gman. It has nothing to do with Beckel. It has nothing to do with Christianity. And it has nothing to do with any of you that are watching this. Do you want to know why they're not eating? Do you want to know why they're not eating?
Because they'd rather smoke it away.
Right here. Hold on. Just do another screen share real quick. Particularly the Christians are going to get kicked out of this. Even atheists can't deny this. So let's go here and see what the Bible says about laziness, which is a sin against God.
You know, if everything ends tomorrow in a fiery crash, my last thought, I don't want to think that, people had to fight over this nonsense. I mean, really, at the end of the day, who cares what someone believes? I don't care if you believe in the chair. Just don't tell me to believe in the chair and I'm okay. Or don't tell me not to believe in the chair. Maybe the chair's cool. Which is nonsense.
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. A slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. You have to be actively doing something for yourself on a daily basis in order to get food in your stomach. Why do you think people call money their bread? Now, I'm not saying that people literally get their money and they make a sandwich out of it or anything like that. I'm not saying that.
Here's hoping,
Penny. The reason why you go to work is so that you don't have to go out there and beg other people for money. You keep talking about your mental health. Dude, it's kind of like a person going to the gym. Nobody really regrets going to the gym and working out and getting that blood flowing through their body and everything. I remember one time, me and Red was supposed to put some gas in this car. We had to walk at least a mile and some change because I didn't know the bus system. And he knows the area way better than me. And we ended up walking about a mile and some change. And he loved it because he was getting oxygen in the brain. His body was getting exercise. But when all you do every single day is sit on your behind, making excuses for not doing stuff for yourself, you're gonna end up in poverty. A slack hand causes poverty.
So what, okay, dude?
So, Rev, you might also want to take this one into consideration too. The 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Let me read this to you again, Rev, okay? But if anyone, that includes you, does not provide for your relatives,
Gman can get so boring.
Walk around here claiming Shady is your wife, that the boys are your boys and everything and whatnot. You love her so much. If you love her, make a sacrifice and go get a job. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, especially for the members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever.
Too bad nothing there that says thou shalt not hit thy kids or thy girlfriend's kids.
Okay, this describes them perfectly. Proverbs chapter 24, verses 30 and 34. I pass by the field of the sluggard. You will never hear Shanny talking about these Bible verses.
Well, she's a
She'll
slug,
talk about
so.
how God has got legions of angels coming after people, and they make you trip and all this unbiblical, goofy stuff that she's talking about. And I'll challenge you on that any day of the week, Shanny.
What the hell, man? Then why didn't you say that last year when she was saying that she's Sandalphon and Megatron, and they were doing the Sandalphon Metatron bullshit when they were still in Colorado, folks. So even before any of that happened, where they had to leave, they were doing that, and Gman never said anything until now. It's funny, huh? It's funny how people change when it suits them to.
It says Proverbs 24, 30 and 34. It says, I passed by the field of the sluggard, by the vineyard of a man lacking sense, and behold, it was overgrown with thorns. The ground was covered with needles, and its stone wall was broken down. Then I saw and considered it, and I looked and received instruction. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want.
He doesn't even understand what this means.
Like an armed man. The sluggard does not plow in the autumn. He will seek at harvest and have nothing.
And she has
Love
nothing.
Not sleep. Love not sleep, lest you come to poverty.
And they don't sleep because they're always high.
Poverty. Open your eyes and you will have plenty of bread.
Which they don't have.
Okay? Check this one out right here, guys. Proverbs chapter 19, verses 15. Slothfulness casts into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger.
Rev sluffers, and she's a sloth.
All right, and there's a ton of these Bible verses out there that talks about the sin of laziness. This is why I had to change my my mind about how people was dealing with them. They saw something that I did not see. Well,
Charlie, I heard that Shanny was talking about that, and she was saying something like, "Oh, they're gonna get in trouble." But you know what? I mean, I think it's Shanny ultimately. I mean, she can't see the kids face to face because she can't pass a drug test, so that's the only way she can see them on a Skype call. And maybe I guess the foster mom probably had no idea how manipulative Shanny is. I mean, unless she's seen her videos and her content and sees how much of a train wreck she is, which they should, for the kids' sake. I think the foster mom should see all these backlog archive channels and reactions and funny joke channels that talk about this stuff and just try to shed a light on it so people don't forget that she's a long-time abuser of kids, of people. They both are. But I agree with a lot of people when they say that she made Rev do it. I could totally see that, because seeing early videos of Rev not even wanting to smoke pot, he just was just drinking, and then she made him stop, and then she pushed pot onto him. That shows me that she's the one, pulling the strings.
So it was two lazy people that wasn't trying to do anything for themselves. I have read several in the last few days. I have read several comments where people have said to them that if they actually get up and actually start working, and if they need assistance, the people of YouTube are here for them. I've read comments where people have said that they won't even go out there and try. Rev,
and make no mistake, I don't think that Chris is like the greatest, of guys. Chris has his own issues. Obviously, I think to be with someone like Shanny, you have to have a certain set of skills and issues. But with all that being said, he's definitely a better man than Rev. He has more of a head on his shoulders. He can work a full-time job as long as Shanny's not bothering him to run home because she thinks he's going to cheat. That makes people sometimes inadvertently cheat when you constantly accuse them of cheating. I'm sure you folks know that. But yeah, if maybe he could adopt. I don't know. I think he has a girlfriend now. Maybe Chris and his girlfriend could adopt the kids. And from what I hear, the kids still love him.
Got on here, lied, and said he went to look for a job, and he says that because he didn't get the job, that the decision that they made could be disputed. What kind of nonsense is that? They either call you for an interview or they don't. They either call you to try you out or they don't. Okay, and I don't believe, and if I'm not mistaken, Rev has never had a job a day in his life. He's been an entrepreneur, but he's never actually had a 9 to 5 a day in his life. Shanny has. Shanny knows what it's like a little bit, and even Shanny refuses. The only reason I know Shanny had a job is because of a couple of videos.
Hey, what's up, Danica? Well, that definitely is a contributing factor. So I'm sure if he did try to adopt, they would definitely look at it and be like, can you even afford it? But, he would still get money from the state, though, for taking them in. So that might be able to offset the money that he doesn't make.
Deals that she
good comment.
My mother talking about it. I've never actually seen Shanny work with my own 2 eyes. But the reason why they're hungry, the reason why they're in the position that they're in, is because they refuse to get off their lazy behinds and go do something with themselves.
Patty, I thought you're taking all those antibiotics. Yeah, please be careful. I can't lose any more people. I'm a frail Draven right now. But I know like stuff can suck when you have to take medication. You're like, wait, what do you mean I can't have nothing to drink or do anything else? That's some bullshit. You take this stuff.
Rev knows he needs to see a doctor about some of his mental stuff.
Brothers.
How about this, Rev? Leave.
I saw your video today. Nice, dude.
Shanny behind home. Go to the ER. Tell them what's going through your head and try to receive some counseling. Find somebody on YouTube with a medical degree and talk to them about what's going on in your life and see if they can help you.
Isn't that so awful? I'm sure that's on the back burner. With everything she did to him, everything she did to her own mother. I mean, I don't know. I guess everyone's different, but if I was her son and I saw my mom push my grandmother down a flight of steps into the basement, I would know something was wrong with my mom,
Be diligent, try, do something, but don't make a bunch of excuses where you're just laying on your butt all day playing Animal Crossing, in which that game should have been sold. And Rev, listen to me. Make her sell that game. Look at everything that you sold, dude. Look at everything that you gave up. Make her sell.
Yeah, I use melatonin and usually an indica gummy, and I'm pretty good.
Sell that game. And then buy groceries that is going to last. Not fast food, not stuff that you can put in the microwave, but buy food that is going to last. Do not buy medication no more. Detox. Get off of that Delta 8 garbage. And start doing things for your life that's going to move you forward and not bring you backwards. If she want to lay there and wait to die, that's her business. You don't got to be that way.
Hey, what's up?
You don't got to be that way. Be a man. Be proactive. Do something with yourself.
He did.
Everybody is not going to receive.
Yo, he's a punk, man. Anytime Rev gets traction, and you know what, Sweaty? This is the funny part. Shanny, towards the end, before she got taken out, when she came from Colorado, when she started a YouTube channel, she was just getting like views because everyone knew it was the beginning of the end, and people were going to start reporting because she was already on the way there saying stuff that she didn't realize that she said, like when she told everybody to go grab whatever they wanted to out of the garage, they left it open and then dialed it back, and then yelling with the kids in the car, then trying to dial that back. So we all knew, and there was a lot of people watching, but leading up to it, there wasn't many, versus Rev, who, even though these are like cringe videos, he's getting views just like Gman is now. So I think it's really messed up, and I know it's totally Shanny from jealousy making Rev delete those videos.
It's not going to get to the same level. Everybody's not going to be a Bill Gates. Everybody's not going to be a Rockefeller. Everybody's not going to be people out there who have good jobs and provocative. Everybody's not going to be like that. But dude, if you make something, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, man, I made some money today. When your uncle gives you money, stop giving it to Shanny. Stop putting her in charge of your finances, dude, or you're going to be eating out of garbage cans and you're going to be sleeping on the concrete. And it really ticks me off that both of you are so lazy that you won't even go on Google to get the addresses of where you.
Yo, that is so cool, Sweaty, that I just did that video today with Mario because I just got it in time. Ha ha ha. Ha ha, Rev. Ha ha. I got the video before you deleted it. Ha ha. Sorry, I don't mean to be petty, but like I just got him. Ha. You know, better luck next time. Yeah.
You can go to get help. It ticks me off because you guys had me. Okay, you had me thinking that you guys was going to get on your feet, that you was going to get assistance. Both of you clearly qualify for Social Security. Definitely Rev. He definitely qualifies. He's qualified for that since he was a baby. No, not since he was a baby. Since he was a young man.
Oh, come on. Come on. I just can't believe that. Like, never tried. Oh, Social Security. I mean, I'm sorry. Am I messed up? I thought you had to at least have attempted to work even one job in your life, maybe two, to at least try to get Social Security. To just not even try, be like, I need Social Security. My mom gave me money as a child, and she passed, and it was now I don't have it. I don't know what to do. That's messed up. That is so messed up. And if more people do that, then this country is going to be more problems than you know, it's going to be more problems faster.
He's qualified for that, from what I understand. And if Shanny is as disabled as she claims she is, she should be able to walk in the Social Security office and get approved immediately. After she goes through, you know, proving that she can't physically do certain things. But they won't even get up their behinds and do anything. So when I'm telling Christians here on YouTube, listen.
You know, Danica, they can make that stretch. There is places in PA that would especially that Scranton area, there's a lot of Amish over there. There's places that would take that and you can like get like wholesale like meats, which is like better quality meats, like a lot less water in it. You know, it's so messed up what they do with these cold cuts, man. Sometimes they glue steaks together. I saw this video that they were doing. It was weird. So you gotta, you know, always get like the best quality stuff. So you know, because we're running out. You know, our agriculture and our poultry and everything. It's just like the animals are on top of each other, making each other sick. They're shitting on each other and everything. So they have places where you can get it, and it's a lot cheaper. So they could stretch that for the month, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. If they just kind of ate sandwiches in the morning or eggs in the morning, sandwiches in the evening, and maybe like a little TV dinner at night, a little banquet where it's like $1, they got it.
Listen to me. It hurts me to see them hungry. It hurts me to see them in the condition that they're in. But until they stop sinning and get off their lazy behinds and actually try to do something, cut them.
Yeah, but Luigi's in the trailer. Rev's just being dumb.
Off until they get off their behinds and do something for themselves. They got to do something for themselves. Shanny's like, how do you get a job? It's really easy. You fill out an application.
Yep.
Shanny, mark my words. There are jobs you can do where all you do is sit down. That's all you do is sit down, and you can make appointments for people, and you can give it to your employer. And
you know what? And that is the only thing really that Gman has on both Rev and Shanny. That he knows how to like, okay, he understands that he needs to work, that he shouldn't rely on donations and stuff because he's not really getting any. Well, prior he wasn't. So he knows he needs to work. But that is it. He's still enabled abuse. He still doesn't see his own daughter. You know, so as far as a parent or parental department, he still sucks as much as the both of them. But as far as he knows he needs to get a job, okay, point for you, G-Man.
They'll pay you for that. You can get a commission for doing referrals. There's a lot of things that you can do just sitting down. But playing your video game that you should have sold a long time ago, that stupid game ain't making you no money. It ain't making you a dime. Sell it, get the most you can get for it. Because right now, GameStop only saying they give you about $240 for it. And if you wait too long, you're gonna be giving that thing away for $100. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I found that out, Danica, that he had a kid, and then I found out they had a daughter, because I thought he didn't have any relationship. But yeah, he has like a kid that he doesn't see because, you know, it's G-Man. You know, it's still the same bullshit, you know? Either he allows abuse to happen or he just neglects his own kid. You know, this is like this two halves of the same coin, in my opinion.
Sell the game to whoever you're going to sell it to.
It is
Get off
gross.
of social media for a while. Sell your laptops and the little things that you have, and build yourself up and go get a job.
You know, it's messed up that any schmuck out there could be a dad or a surrogate dad, and to me, that's wrong, or that's wrong. You know, you should be a good person and be a good person inside to be able to be a parent, in my opinion, because there's a lot of pieces of crap out there that maybe don't even realize that they're going to try to live through their kid because they didn't get to live or fulfill their dreams, which is bad enough of a type of child abuse. But not seeing them and asking them all the time, like how their day is gone or how their weekend's doing or how their college is going on. Like, I don't understand that. You know, I have to, I know it's hard, but you know, you have to force yourself. You know, life is not supposed to be easy for anyone. I don't understand these people with the life is just easy handed to me. That doesn't work for any of us. Straight up.
Like every day, if Rev just gets out of his bed, say, you know what, I'm going to dedicate an hour and a half to this every single day.
Yep, he's a deadbeat.
Take a shower.
Of course he
put some
is.
deodorant on, wash my body, put something on my hair. Actually, let me put a baseball cap on because I don't want nobody thinking I'm crazy.
Thank you, Chris.
You know, put on the best clothes that you possibly can. You can get somebody to donate to you to get a nice dress shirt and a pair of dress pants or whatever, right? If that's what you're going to do and you're serious. And you can go into Dollar General, who hires anybody and everybody. I've seen people, guys, and I'm going to prove it one day because I'm going to make a YouTube video and show you. I've seen people with mental disabilities at cashier.
Yeah.
Doing stock work in the back of the stores. I've seen it with my own two eyes.
Yo, you could be night crew. They have night crew that they stock shelves all night. They have 24-hour stores. I mean, there's things they can do. There's Walmart. Walmart has to hire you, just like Target. They have to hire you. You know, Rev could be a cart pusher. You know, sit out there smoking cigarettes all day. He would love it. That's what I used to do back in 20 years ago. I did that for, I don't know, supermarket.
Some of these people got mild autism while they're doing it. There is absolutely no excuse.
It used to be called A&P, but they got rid of all the A&P.
For this guy to get a job. I'm sorry, for him not to get a job. My bad. For him not to get a job. There is no excuse for that whatsoever. I told him to his face. I said, dude, before I find myself in your position, dude, when I'm on YouTube begging people for money all the time, dude, I will get a black bag. I will collect aluminum cans and bottles, and I will go sell them and get my food that way. I have some sense of pride. And I will get more respect doing that than you will coming on here saying, can you guys help me out?
Well, hopefully she has a good uncle, because I know G-Man's got family, or maybe there's another father figure, hopefully, in her life, you know, when she has the tough questions. And, you know, I hear from people all the time, at conventions. They tell me like how important it was, you know, to be like a daddy's girl. You know, I mean, especially for women, they need that good father figure. And I've seen it time and time again that kind of shapes people, women especially, to be who you are. You know, if your dad's a real piece of shit and he makes fun of you for a hairstyle or something, or just puts you down, you know, even if it was back in the 90s where things were different, it still shaped you to be who you are today, which you might not trust people. And I understand that, you know, you can do that. The other side of the coin, where maybe you were a man and women, you know, would make fun of you, and you feel like, you know, that they all would do something like that. I feel like everyone needs some sort of father and mother figure equally to be a good, productive member of society. to be strong but caring.
When you're driving around in a $40,000 Durango, and you got a video game in your house that's worth, I guess, $240 now at GameStop. I mean, they could probably take that PS5 to the receptionist and say, listen, I'll give you this PS5 if you just let it stay here for a couple of days. Or you can bring it to downtown Scranton and you'll say, I got this for sale. Everybody and their mama be trying to buy that from you. PS5s aren't easy to get no more.
They haven't been.
They're not easy to get. But the very fact that you will not let that go, Shanny, shows who you are. You said a lot of stuff about me, but you ain't willing to make a sacrifice for the man that you love. This man gave up everything for you. When are you going to give up something for him?
That's valid.
When are you going to give up something for your man? Besides a knuckle sandwich. Besides you verbally yelling at him when he gets mad, when you get mad. Don't get me wrong, I know Rev does it to you too. But when are you going to get up your lazy rump and actually do something? I would tell you that job was still available, but that's not going to happen because we already know what's going to happen as soon as you know that you got to get up at 6:30 to 7 o'clock in the morning, and you got to work from 7 to 7, and you know you got to get $11 an hour, and you got to go back and forth to a van, and you got to know your tools. He doesn't even know his tools that well. I was supposed to teach him his tools.
G-Man was gonna teach him the tools. Okay, well, we got here's the lube and the dildo and the, oh wait, sorry, wrong tool bag.
So I don't know. It just boils my blood that all of this opportunity is around them and they don't take advantage of it. I'm convinced that if they had another stimulus and all he had to do was go downtown and sign a piece of paper, he won't even do that. He won't even do that. But the fact that technically, and this is what's embarrassing for them, okay? And I'm embarrassed for them. Technically, they're homeless. Technically, they're homeless.
Yeah.
But crying out loud, call CPS. Tell them your situation. They will tell you what to do.
No, not CPS. CPS is for the children. All that's going to do is just make CPS realize that they should never try to have them come back into the family unit. If they need help, they need to go down to their town hall, apply for temporary assistance. Then while that temporary assistance, the 1 to 2 years is happening, they can go to their state, they can try to apply for Social Security, do all those other things. You know how many things are out there? And forget it, if one of them is autistic, but they have to take all these tests to prove it though. But if they have anything like that, they can get help. Like if Shady was pregnant, they would get help a lot quicker. But good thing, thank God that'll never happen again. Thank God for small things, big things that can't get pregnant.
Hard to get them on the phone. It's not hard to get, for the people that call them on you guys, it's not hard for them to get them on the phone. They're willing to call and call and call and call. You got to get on your phone. You got to call. Oh, you don't got a phone, you said. Oh, that's no problem. You have the internet, right? So why don't you make a Google Voice account?
Yeah.
Any excuse you make.
Yeah. We were just talking about that, Gina. Rev took all his videos down. It was funny. I played them. And I played one here before I started this video. And then after I played that video, he took all of his videos down. But you know what? I at least have them on my channel, so they're here forever. So, haha. We got you, Rev. Too slow. But that's what she said.
I can come up with something to show you how you can beat it. Oh, the Wi-Fi here is trash. Then go to McDonald's and use the free Wi-Fi. Or go somewhere where they got free Wi-Fi and use it there and make your phone calls. But I'm going to tell you this, laying on that bed, lying about having blood clots, none of that's going to change anything that's going on in your life right now. None of that's going to change. One day, one of you going to wake up and the other person's going to be gone. You're either going to pass away from scurvy or malnutrition, or the person just going to take off and leave and say they had enough. This is why I'm going to put this out there. Shanny does not love Rev, and Rev does not love Shanny. Let me say.
Their love is really weird. And, let me always bring this back to that time that I had to fight with her. It's still on my channel. I wasn't expecting that to happen. This was when I first got started with doing StreamYard, which is sometimes better than what I'm using now, Melon. But the only reason why I use Melon is for my super chats. But even that, sometimes they don't work correctly. But anyway, I didn't know that if I gave her a link that she had it forever if I didn't start change them every time I made new videos. Well, live and learn. She came in and started to attack me, and then when she tried to porn bond me, I had to put her what they call backstage. So I saw the screen on the bottom corner where you guys didn't see it. And she took her shirt off, which took like 10 minutes. And then she grabbed Rev's little baby carrot, and she was like, I don't know what she was doing that day. It looked like she was trying to like light 2 matches together. But it was gross, folks.
Say this again. Shanny does not.
She sexually assaulted me for reals. Or she SA'd me. She definitely did. I shouldn't get in trouble for that. She did it to me. I'm the victim, folks. I didn't want to see that. I bleached my eyes for 48 hours.
Love Rev, and Rev does not love Shanny, because you know what love does? Love is self-sacrificing. You give up what you are and what you have to try to help the other person out.
Nope.
If Shanny really loved Rev, Shanny would have sold that PS5 to make sure they had some clothes, for crying out loud.
Yeah, well, Charlie, let's put it this way. You know, like your pinky. She was using her pinky to move his baby carrot. That's how much that guy had to work with.
I see that she finally wore one of the shirts that I bought her. The orange one that you guys see her with, that's one of the shirts that I bought her. I see she's finally wearing that. All right. They would buy clothes. They would buy bare essentials, and they would get food. They would use it to put gas in their car so that Rev can drive around and try to give them some help and some assistance, because that is what a real man does. If you go look back in the day, you know what I mean, in Africa, if you
want... yes, they are, Tommy. And you know, I really don't want to say it here public, but whatever. I want ones in the chat. If or you know what, I will do a poll, and you guys just answer the poll yes or no, because I've had an idea. You know, I could be at that motel in a day and a half. I have some train miles, and I have a family member who lives like an hour from them. So right here, let me put something in the chat.
I know a lot of you believe in evolution, so I'm actually going to go there for once. And you look at the primitive days. You got the men that go out there and they stay out there all day, and they don't come back unless they got food. They got a dead rabbit, or they got a dead deer, or whatever. And then Shanny has to. I'm sorry, not Shanny. The woman would, take it apart and cook it, and everybody would have food to eat. And by the way, before anybody calls me sexist, go look at tribalism. Go look at ancient peoples or whatever. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not being sexist when I say that. But the point of the matter is, from the Christian worldview, since they both claim to be Christians, since Rev claims to be a Christian, he as the man is supposed to be providing for that family. There are people who live at the Bowery Mission that is more qualified to call themselves a man than Rev is. When I say the Bowery Mission, you know what they're doing at the Bowery Mission right now, Rev? If you go to New York, Rev, right? Let's say you love Shannon right now, right? Or both of you decide to get help. Did you know that you can go to the... Let me tell you what Rev can do right now. He doesn't even know. He can actually go to New York. He can go to the Bowery Mission. They will admit him immediately. They will give him somewhere to live. They will give him clothes, and he will eat 5 times a day. You guys think I'm joking around. Go look at the Bowery Mission over there in Chinatown in New York. You want to know how embarrassing it is? Go look at the Bowery Mission over there in New York and
he's not wrong here. There's so many places, and you can double up on these pantries. And like I said, you can get decent, you eat with grocery bags. So probably not anymore. I mean, I know, there's some states that allow grocery bags. Some states, they don't want it. So I don't know in their state if they give it or not. But still, they would leave with a lot of foods.
In Chinatown, they will buy him clothes. They will give him food. He'll eat 5 times a day, and sometimes he'll be eating better than you and I. Okay? But guess what they're going to make him do? They're going to make him do job training. He's going to be forced to be able to, he's going to have to go out there and fill out applications and find a job, because the Bowery Mission's only going to help you for 6 months. I believe it's 6 months to a year they help you.
Hey, Cheryl, what's up?
I've been there. I've seen what they give you. You get free medicine, you get free.
But yeah, I'm thinking about it, because a hotel, folks, as you know, this ain't like their condo or apartment or house. It's a public place. It'd be like if they're living at the library. I can go to a library. If we were still in the same hotel, and like all I would maybe do is see if it smelled and knock on the door and be like, listen, give me like an interview. Yeah, I'll just so happen to have like a pizza in my hand. I'll be like, I'll throw like 2 slices at your door. You got to go get them. If they fall on the grass, oh well. But I was thinking about that, because I'm like, I bet a lot of people wouldn't have the balls to do that. But me, I don't care. What are they going to do? I'm like, oh, I can't stay at a hotel? I didn't know these losers were going to be here.
food, they give you free clothes, and they help you get a job. These are the people who are serious about trying to get their life together.
Ooh.
Cheryl Gallerin has just donated $19.99 through Super Chat.
Thank you, Cheryl. It says Shiba Dog in samurai armor waving a banner saying #1. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know why it doesn't read your thing. Usually it does, but pizza for an interview. Yeah, exactly, Patty. But thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and that was cool. Thank you.
They're not laying around all day figuring out how they can get $25 to $30 out of people so they can buy Delta 8, because that's their problem. Their problem is that their priorities are all over the place. Priority number 1, medication. Believe it or not, it's not a roof over their head. These two would do, if they were swimming in Delta 8, they would gladly live inside of a car. Priority number 2, roof over their head. Priority number 3, food. Notice I didn't say nothing about the kids and whatnot, because that's priority number 4, them thinking about those kids. Because if they really cared about those kids, they would not be airing out all their dirty laundry out on YouTube. Understanding that people don't like them and they're going to call CPS on them if something happens on live on camera. Now, if anybody out there disagrees with me and think I'm being cruel, I'm being mean and whatnot, that's fine and well or whatever, but I know what my Bible says. That's why I laugh at some of the things I hear her say. Okay? They don't want, see, here's the thing. All they care about is they're in, where they are right then and there. Okay? If they're at this hotel or friend's house, because personally, I think they're at the hotel and I think CPS is paying their bill for them. All of a sudden now, Shanny's not worried about a roof over her head no more.
CPS does not do that. What they can do is guide you, like, hey, maybe we can't do it, but here's the phone number for the agency that can help with that. There's like a main, like a 3-digit, not 911 or 7. I think it's 311 or 211. You can call up and get many things where all they do is transfer you, and so it's not CPS. It's just another part of the government that give out free temporary housing.
I've been paying attention to what's been going on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, you're not worried about a roof over your head no more. You got Rev on here asking for medication. He's not worrying about sleeping outside no more.
The only thing I ever heard of CPS doing to a couple, they didn't have a bunk bed. They got him a bunk bed. That's it. One-time thing. Wasn't the best bunk bed, but still.
Very interesting. CPS is obviously paying for them to stay there.
Nope. Temporary assistance.
That's all fine and well. But anybody on the internet giving them money, you guys got to start putting conditions on that mess. You got to start putting conditions on
wait, it won't? Hold on, let me fix
If he claims he went out there
You
and looked
like
for a
that?
job.
You like that, you fat fucking
PETTYPATTY donated $2 through Super Chat. Your money sign won't go away again. Rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
Thanks for all the rollings. Yeah, well, good thing. I think you stopped it. Thanks, Patty. You stopped it with the donation. Yeah, sometimes that happens when sometimes that happens. But here, I'll plan. So I just have to sometimes reset it. Melon is still a new thing.
Make him show you the job application. Make him show you the rejection. Make him show you something. Make Shanny do the same thing. Offer them jobs. Maybe some of you out there are employers. You really want to shut them up and expose them. Let's say you're an employer, and Shanny can do something where she can just sit down and she can make X amount of dollars per hour
Patty.
via commission. Because if she's not going to get off her behind and do something for herself, make her work for a commission. That'll force her to work hard, as if she was walking around. Then she'll wish that she was walking around having a normal job or whatever. You know what I mean? Offer them a job, have them tell you no, and that'll show you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with sluggers, you're dealing with sloths, you're dealing with grasshoppers, you're dealing with lazy people. The reason why I bring up grasshoppers, if you ever heard the story between the grasshopper and the ant, all summer long, the grasshopper spent all of his time playing around with his boys, playing ball, playing baseball. I'm adding my own narratives to it, by the way. But they was just being goofy on it. We know what the ants were doing. They were working hard because they knew the weather.
Well, hey, now, guys, now we know if something's still playing, you can just play another one, and then it'll just cancel them both out.
Weather's gonna get cold, so they took some of the food and they ate it, and then they stored some of the food. And then when the weather finally got cold, they had food for the winter. they have food for the winter. You want to know why Shanny don't got food for the winter? They're too busy
fat.
playing video games. Shanny, sell that stupid game. Talking about filthy lucre's sake. You sitting here talking about the word of God. Well, since you want to bring the Bible into this, I have a game, you have a game. Sell yours. I'm keeping mine because I have a job and I'm gonna go work. And when I'm done working, I'm done doing my chores, and then I'm gonna sit down and relax, play my game for half an hour before I gotta go to bed and go through the same thing again. All right? You need to get your priorities straight. Okay? If you're sitting back waiting for Rev to have all of this money pop up on his lap, Shanny, you are gonna be waiting a long time.
Yo, Shanny would eat cat food.
Because it's not gonna happen. Them days are over. And your situation is going to continually get worse as you continually fall out of favor with God more and more and more with your lame excuses. Because I'm sick of hearing them, to be perfectly honest. You almost got me today, though, Shanny. I'm not going to lie. I'll openly admit this to everybody who's watching this. I almost sent them $100 for food today.
Wow. Why? Dude, then you are the worst judge of character. You can't tell when you're being played, bro. That's sad.
I almost did it. Almost. Until I realized all of the help that's out there, and they refused to go out there and get that help. And I called Beckel. Actually, Beckel was there first. Beckel said, no, don't give them nothing. The kids are with CPS. You got 2 adults there. They need to learn how to go out there and get their own food.
Yeah, I agree.
If you would really want me to get primitive with you, dude, there are a lot of rabbits where you are going around the woods and whatnot. You know what I mean? I know you carry around those knives. You can go catch one of them rabbits and you can get Shanny to skin it, and y'all can cook it and y'all can eat that. See, a slugger won't even try that. If the water,
why is the guy that kicked a kid walking around with knives? I mean, usually when you do any type of assault, especially to a minor, it's a year, 2 years tops. No walk around with weapons. So why? Because of Pennsylvania? I mean, really, this is the most laxed freaking state I've ever seen. They're almost like Colorado.
has E. coli in it. Why aren't you suing the place where you are?
Yeah.
Listen to me, Rev. Shanny ain't no doctor, and neither are you.
Hillary Clinton's
know
hair
anything
club.
about health and
Good
fitness
name.
or anything like that. Neither one of you are PhDs or anything like that. You don't know what the heck is in that water. You think it's in there because you don't like the way it tastes. But guess what? When you're poor, and I can tell you all about this, Rev, because I've been that way my whole life, okay? When you're poor, you drink what's available. Especially if you're not willing to get off your butt to go get some water from the store or whatever. Well, we don't have no money. Please, you got 200.
Well then, Tommy, then that means it had to be Rev's first offense, actually, not threatening, but physically doing it. I know threatening is one thing, physically doing it is another thing. They're all like first offense charges, but I'm sure if it ever happens again, it would be a different story.
$40
thanks for the
right
comment.
For PS5. You got $40,000, $20,000, $10,000.
Thanks,
Heck,
Brad.
you could probably get $1,000 for that Durango. You don't got to be hungry. You don't got to be suffering. You don't even got to be where you are. You ain't got to worry about a roof over your head. But y'all too lazy to do something for yourself. All you want to do is get on YouTube and blame me, and you want to blame everybody else for your problems. So heck with that mess. Get up y'all behinds and do something. Because when I was going through something similar to that, remember when I lived inside that house and you cut off the electricity and I didn't have any heat? You know what I did? I got some toilet paper. Made like a little brick little enclosure. I think I showed this on camera too, if I'm not mistaken. I got some toilet paper. I poured some alcohol in it, lit that bad boy on fire, and it had me a little bit of heat. And you know how cold that house gets.
Oh, I was gonna say. I thought you was gonna say. I showed you how to wipe your ass. I was gonna say, get some rubbing alcohol and do that, and I'll just take the job and hang this toilet paper around a rag, and then you're good to go, Shady.
Bit of heat. You know what I mean? When I didn't have no water, I melted snow. Then I got water because I was not about to sit there and accept, just having nothing there. Then I got something called a job, and now I'm back on my feet. It took a while, but I caught back up. I caught back up. But all I know is this: the example that you and Rev are leaving right now to everybody on the internet, claiming to be seraphims and archangels and all this other goofy mess. Number one, you ain't no angel. That's number one. If you was an angel, you wouldn't be hungry. Food, the kind of food you would desire would be the word
collect
of
the
God.
insurance.
It wouldn't be regular substance or whatever. You would be desiring the word of God if you was a quote unquote angel. And there ain't no legions of angels making me trip and fall and all this other goofy mess that you was talking about on your YouTube channel. You can get that off with people on here who don't know the Bible, but you ain't getting that mess with me.
You know what?
All right.
I'm sure people knew.
You have an opportunity right now if CPS is paying for your room or whatever. You need to get some money in your pocket. Start off by making a commitment by selling that game. Get that money. Restrain yourself from buying stupid stuff with it. Put that money up. Use that or use a portion of it maybe to get some gas for the car so that Rev can go back and forth downtown to take care of business that you can't do, Shanny. Because according to you, you can't get up and walk. So I guess they're going to be amputating your legs soon, I guess, right? They're going to be cutting both your legs off soon? So they don't work, you can't get up and walk? I mean, we both know that that's baloney, but, you know, I'm just saying.
That'd be funny, though.
It is a sin to be this lazy, okay? And Rev, there is absolutely... Let me tell you something, Rev. I'm going to say this from first-hand experience. If anybody's qualified to talk about this, I am. Dude, you ain't going through nothing that's preventing you to look for a job. If anything, what you're going through should motivate you to look for a job. I know what it's like to have nowhere to lay my head. I know exactly what that's like. And I know what it will make you do. The last thing I would be asking for is medication. The heck with that Delta 8 mess. What you need is some real money in your pocket. And you need some real solid goals where you can get your own place. Because if you think them people are giving you back your kids when you can barely provide cold water, you're crazy.
Well, you know, he's right about that. But, you know, on the other side of that coin, there's no way that Rev should be around those kids if he can't work first. He needs to show different. He needs to show that he can hold down a job and take care of his family. And then he can have them come back because Rev's not around. The problem is Rev's around too much. Shanny's around too much. You know, the kids and them, they need breaks. And Rev's somebody who's so damn antisocial, he can't be around. He needs to be a child. You know, I've seen this before, and that's why it should be so important. That should be CPS's number one priority for Rev to get some sort of a job. I mean, in my opinion, I think that would help his case a lot.
You think about that a minute. They claim they love each other. They claim they love those kids, but what are they going to offer them if they get them back? They don't even got cold water to give them. CPS would be stupid out their heads to get them back to them. They barely got clothes for themselves. And Shanny don't got to get that way. Shanny can sell that game. And Shanny, listen, it's like this. That game is not a priority. You can always get another game. You can always get another game. If you humble yourself and apologize to me for all of the insults that you gave me over there on Twitch, I might even give you one of mine. I don't have a problem with that.
Why?
But you need to get off your...
Why does Gman always need, like, you know, he's so desperate for a friend? Just apologize for me once, even though you did horrible stuff to me and robbed from me. You know, like, Gman will just take her back. You know, he's a simp. He's another simp.
See, I don't want to say that because if I do it, then I'm going to get a whole lot of heat and I don't feel like going to do it. But I think I know what I want to say. She needs to get off her rump and do something with herself. And so do you, Rev. Stop getting on YouTube lying saying you care about this woman. Rev, you don't... Let me show my face for this one right here. Hold on. Dude, you don't love Shanny. You hate Shanny. Because if you love Shanny, you would get off your lazy behind and go to downtown Scranton and take care of business like a real man. Okay? You don't love Shanny. You hate Shanny. And Shanny, you don't love Rev. You hate Rev. You want to know why? You refuse to make a sacrifice for him. Look at all the sacrifices this man made for you. He gave up
And she told you to leave him in jail. Of course you don't love him.
his entire wealth for you. He gave up everything for you. Are you willing to make a sacrifice for him, though? Why is he selling blood plasma?
What?
When you can't even sell a game? Please explain that to me. Please explain that to me. Help me understand that. That's not love.
Yo, those poor patients in Pennsylvania and Scranton, they're gonna be getting love or blood. They're gonna walk around like, how do you feel from the transfusion? I guess their neck is gonna be going all crazy, and they'll sort of start going, ha ha. They're like, is this a side effect, doctor?
I don't think either one of you know what love is. Some of these YouTubers on here criticizing you, Shanny. A lot of the things that they're saying about you is true.
I know.
100% with all of it. But I know this, though. The next time I hear you say you love Rev, I'm going to laugh at you. This is not true. If you love Rev, you would have sold that PS5 and bought that man a pair of jeans. Bought that man a decent shirt.
Yeah, blood money.
Take that man to the dentist and get rid of all them yellow teeth so he can look presentable when he goes to a job interview.
Yellow
How the heck
teeth.
does a man have $700,000 and all of his teeth is yellow like that? That don't make any sense. If you love that man, shouldn't you be taking care of his health?
Right.
Shouldn't you encourage him to take a shower? Shouldn't you encourage him to put on cologne? Shouldn't you, Shanny, if you love that man, you will wake up at 5 o'clock. You better get your lazy behind up and go get a job. I'm not going through this no more. You better get up and go get a job. And it shows your immaturity, Shanny. Your immaturity. Because you think if a person's got a lot of money, that person's a great person for you. What you should have did was says, I need somebody that can hold a job. Someone who was a leader. That's what you should have did. But nope, you went after the person with the fattest wallet. That's what you went out and you did. You went out there and you found somebody with the fattest wallet. Where has it gotten you? Shanny, if Rev won't leave you, you need to leave him. You do understand you have the same option, right? You don't have to go through all of this.
get this back up because Rev just said that he was talking about or Shanny was just talking. Gman was talking about Rev's teeth. Rev, you mean this teeth? Yeah. That doorknob. I love showing this video. That was not even 2 years ago, folks. Look at that. What is that? Oh, it looks like he's got some like gum on there, like some beige gum. 700 grand, couldn't pay 10 grand, 30 grand, fix them chompers up. Just saying. Don't. Sorry about that. Just saying, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, these people.
You got a $240 PS5. You got a laptop. I think you can get maybe. I mean, a laptop. I think you guys worth probably about $1,000 because I know what you guys took over there. You know what I mean? So you could probably get maybe $250 for that laptop. Rev got a laptop for me. You could probably get about maybe $100 for it, maybe $150 for it. Give him a MacBook Pro. I don't know what the things are worth. You know what I mean? And they have a couple of things that's pretty valuable that if they sold
Sorry
them,
about that.
you know what I mean? They could start.
I just like to come with the receipts, folks. You know, when something's said, I want to make sure that there's some proof if I have it, just to show like, yeah, that there's some proof to some of these claims.
Building their lives again. They don't understand that they can get rid of that garbage and they can actually get
so many people lie or don't know what they're talking about.
So they can rebuild all of that. They don't want to do it because they're too lazy to get off their behinds and actually do something for themselves. This is why I say I would rather be poor than rich, because I see how it's just a mentality. It's like, have you ever struggled a day in your life? I go through it every
that's
day.
What happens.
Maybe not the way they're going through it right now, but I go through it every day. So it's like I know full well it's like a struggle. I understand the value of work. I'm not bringing nobody else in this conversation because it wouldn't be fair and it wouldn't be right. But I'm just sick and tired of this attitude saying, could you guys? I'm putting my camera on this one for this one. Could you guys help me? Foods. Somebody needs to put like a laughing at them comedic comedy thing. That's right. I think Celebrity Juicer did it. You got all of these agencies out there willing to give you free food, and then not to mention you guys lied to everybody, and you forgot to tell everybody that that you left a lot of food at the house when you moved because Shanny don't like to cook. Neither do you, Rev. I don't think you know how to cook, Rev. Especially when I used to come over there, and it used to be these pots, and I think she made like rice and beans or whatever in there, whatever was in that pot that day. Maybe it was a spaghetti, and it would be like a half a pot full of uneaten food that they would put there in the middle of the night. Because when I left there, like between like 10 or 11 at night, and I come there the next morning, all the way from Philly, there would be this big half-eaten thing of food in the sink, and I can't even tell you how long it took to unstock that sink of all of the food that was in there. I had to put it wasn't Drano. It's something stronger than liquid Drano. We had to go to Home Depot to actually pour it in the drain and to destroy all the food and whatnot. But then that didn't really destroy everything, so we had to change the piping underneath the sink. I had to go and buy a whole bunch of new piping, and we had to change all of the piping underneath the sink because how much food was going in the sink instead of going in the garbage because they were too lazy to scrape out the pot of food that they were wasting every day. You know what I mean? As opposed to just throwing it in the garbage or whatever. Or finishing it. How about that? Actually finishing it. Before calling me up saying we don't got no food, bro. We're hungry. We're starving. Shanny, I don't know how much longer Shanny can take this. She's dying, yada, yada, yada. No doctor has ever told me that this woman is dying. She has no medical records stating that she is dying. She has no medical records stating that she has cancer. She has no medical records stating that she has a blood clot in her leg. She has no medical. The only medical thing I saw is for fibromyalgia, in which they prescribed her Benadryl. And I was wondering why they didn't give her Percocets, but they gave her Benadryl and they gave her ibuprofen, I think. And I forget the other thing or whatever. But
they didn't give her Percocets because they figure she's just taking the perks to get high, allegedly. Come on, Gman. The hospitals can spot someone who wants to use a mile away.
She claimed it wasn't
same MO
working, and she claimed she only felt better when she was getting Delta 8. That's the only time they ever feel better. She would show me that she got the shakes, and I was stupid back then.
right,
that's what the shakes was coming from her fibromyalgia. Just go to show how smart I am sometimes with certain things. So she would tell me if I get the Delta 8, she would feel a little better. She would take one puff of it, and she was like, CG man, the shaking stopped. I didn't understand that her body was desiring the substance. You know what I mean? So if you guys love them, you won't give them any smokes. They even mention medication, don't give it to them. Do not give them anything in the form of medication. Encourage them to get a job. If you know somebody that's hiring in that particular city, you can tell them, look, this person said they'll give you a job stocking shelves. You'll make $8 or $9 an hour or whatever it is that they're paying you at the time, and they'll have some money. If they say no, then everything that they're going through is on them. When Rev told me that he wasn't going to rape,
you also need a special doctor, Cheryl, to get fibromyalgia. They're called a rheumatologist, and they're the only ones who can technically really diagnose that type of thing.
those leaves. Well, not me. I'm sorry. When he told the guy that was going to give him the job that he wasn't going to rake those leaves, when he turned them down twice to work with this guy. You know what I mean? And that was another time you guys telling me I was enabling him being lazy. I said,
no, Tommy. I don't know why I did that, but it's funny. I was able to get couple of his videos before he deleted them, so I was lucky. I lucked out.
I just wish I can get on here and tell you guys stuff. But the bottom line is that
Usually Shady makes him do that.
Was his fault. And you better believe I wasn't all quick to go there and help them. I made them wait. And yes, Shanny, I'll admit it. I made you wait on purpose because I was angry. I was angry that you would be with a, you know, that not be with, but you would allow this lazy heifer to contact me via the phone asking for money for food when he doesn't even want to work. This is what a lot of you don't know. I think I mentioned this on a direct channel. I don't think I did, but if I didn't, you and everybody know. That house has a first floor, it has a second floor, and it has an attic. I was going to turn that attic into a studio apartment. It had to be framed. Me and another contractor, the guy I had was going to come there. It was freezing that day, and we was going to go there. Yeah. We was going to just frame everything up. We already figured out where the living room was going to be. That's a big attic. Where the little teeny living room was going to be, where the bedrooms was going to be. I had a little separate room I was going to make for the boys. I was going to tile it up. I was going to put sheetrock on it. I was going to paint it, and I was going to let them stay there for a year. I had plans to get them out of there
good for
after
now.
Another year living here or whatever, right? But I was going to let them have the, you know, the attic, and then I would rent out the downstairs so I can actually have some income coming in.
I mean, they just got the other half of their food stamp money today.
And that was the day he decided to tell the guy that was there with me that he wasn't going to work, that one of the boys should do it. And one of the boys should do it. I offered him $100. Give me a second here, guys. Give me 1 second here, guys. I offered him $100. I offered him $100 to paint the room that I painted today. He never did it. He never did it.
Well, maybe
Shanny, I hope you're watching this part, okay? You will never, ever get me to give you another cent as long as you're willing to sit on your behind and make him sit on his behind and not do nothing for yourself. You can go kick rocks for that. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a commercial break, and I will be right back. I got to answer this phone call.
Fast.
Time I would support this. Grab Rev by his hair, throw him out that room, and tell him to come back when he has a job. I bet you he finds a job. And Rev, if you have more resolve than Shanny, take something in that room that you got of value, sell it for whatever you need to get gas in your car, because the gas station's right there. Not like you got to do a lot of walking. You can push your car there if it don't got no gas.
Yeah.
Like, that's how close it is. You can do it by yourself on top of that, to be perfectly honest. That's how close the thing is to you. We both know this. Fill your tank up full of gas and don't go back to that room. I don't care how many times she called you.
Oh, she does.
I don't care. Don't go back to that room until you either got a grocery, you got bags and bags and bags of food, or you got a job. That is the only way you're ever going to get any respect from this woman. If you want to go back to being the alpha dog again, dude, you need to go do that. And then more importantly than that, both of you claim that you're followers of Jesus Christ. You do understand, as much as you sit there and you talk about other YouTubers and you talk about your heart being broken and all this other stuff, I don't think the Lord cares about your heart and whether or not it's being broken. The Lord cares about you dying to yourself. What you need to do is die to the old Shanny, die to the old Rev, get off your lazy behinds and go get a job. That's what you need to do. For those of you who don't know what the term means to die to self, that means whatever you was before you came to Christ, that needs to die. That part needs to be bye-bye.
Yeah, I know. He just keeps going.
We need to stop all of this excuse making on why they can't get it. Absolutely nothing. Pure PCS charges $50 a month for a portable internet that you can take with you anywhere you want to go. $50 a month. You can make $50 if you get a minimum wage job in about 4 to 5 hours working. Or the fall is coming, you can rake some leaves and make $50.
Winter's coming, folks.
Where I come from, we call snow white gold. We call it white gold because when you shovel snow, you make good money. You can make $20 just for shoveling somebody's snow.
She ain't gonna shovel snow.
You can make $40 to $75 depending on how big the driveway is. And if you got a big house and you got to go all the way around, you can make a couple $100. You know what I mean? So
I mean, it seems like Rev or Gman doesn't realize how big Shady is.
All of this nonsense that's saying that you can't do nothing for yourself, dude. You're not even trying. You or Shanny. Shanny sat there and she lived under you, and you provided for what was it? 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. You provided everything that you had, including your blood plasma, to this woman, and she's still being ungrateful. She's still being ungrateful.
Well, then she's the one that
When
gets
has
to
Shanny
get
ever
help.
sacrificed anything for anybody? You know, this video that exists like, yo, Gman, I gave you a help. Gman, I gave you a help. You didn't give me nothing. Rev did. Gman, we gave you our stuff. You actually, Rev gave me those things. I didn't steal nothing. How many times, Shanny, did I tell you I felt uncomfortable? No, we just want you to have it. Then he got insulted when I told him no, so I just took it.
And, it's either because what they said and G-Man bought the house for $1, knowing that he had some skill in fixing the houses up, or a couple of people in the crib think that Shanny's backup plan was to end up with G-Man, so give him the house, and then when Rev lost that house, just move in with G-Man and just kick him out. And her and G-Man the kids, which she kind of begged him for when he was arrested. Just very interesting, folks, how well that fits.
I just feel like I want to give you everything, G. Now you understand why I was saying that, Rev. Because in the back of my mind, regardless of what you gave me, your time there was temporary. I told you that on multiple occasions. Multiple occasions. Whoever thought that I was going to be doing this for the rest of my life should be tarred and feathered and should be laughed at on a stage with people throwing tomatoes at them if they were that gullible to believe that I was going to be doing this for the rest of my life. There is figurative language. There's language out there where people use where the shit is like, oh, as long as Gman's alive, what happens if I die? What happens if I get hit by a tractor trailer? What happens if something happens to me? What happens? Then what?
I
want to know what, Shanny?
Crispy.
What happens if something happens to Rev? If Rev has a cardiac arrest tonight, then what? I bet you're going to regret not getting a job then. Hey, Rev, what happens if Shanny has a cardiac arrest? Oh, you don't got no gas in the car, right? What happens if something happens to her and you got to rush her to the hospital and the ambulance can't get there in time? And it was your responsibility to get her in the car to get her to the doctor. You're supposed to be responsible, dude. You got to have gas in your car. You got to have clean clothes, dude. You got to have income coming in. That's your responsibility as a man. You're supposed to be the leader, dude. And Shanny, if you don't believe that, if you believe that both of you are supposed to be the leader, somebody needs to get a job. Okay, fine. Rev, you follow Shanny. No problem. Whatever. Shanny's the leader. Shanny, go get a job, Shanny. Take care of your man. Take care of your baby. But you're not willing to do that. Neither one of you are willing to get a job. Neither one of you are willing to make any sacrifices. And then you expect for your situation to magically change. It doesn't work that way. Now they're sitting down and they're waiting for this magical disability to come in so that they don't got to work. I'm sorry. All they got to do is sit down all day and play on Stardew Valley all day. Shanny, this is the why. And I know this was a bit long. It was an hour long or whatever. But this is why your YouTube career went down the toilet. It had nothing to do with me. You said that stuff. You did that stuff.
Abel, don't fall far from the tree, you know.
You said what you said, and you offended not just me. See, this is what you tend to forget, Shanny. I'm not the only black person on the internet, and there's a lot of us that take that crap personally when you use that kind of language. So it was me and it was other people, apparently I never heard it before, that got offended by it. And I'll show people the video responses. I have a lot of video responses with you saying that. People think I was all quiet about it. No, I wasn't. Oh, no, I wasn't. Maybe when you came to my channel and you said that on GTV, that was one of the few times that I was quiet about it. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, woman, you killed your career. Racist. Being stupid. I mean, believing that $700,000 was all the money in the world. There are people that would commit suicide if they had that much money. Because they're billionaires and millionaires. Do you realize there are people out there paying LeBron James $42 million? They're paying him $42 million. Not everybody is proud of having $700,000. There are poor people like myself that if I had that money, I guarantee I would still have it. My money would be making money for me. My money would be going out to help.
Same here.
My money would have never went to no weed, that's for sure. Rev, take the time out, dude. Go on Google. Look at all of the help that you have. That all you gotta do is get in your car. Like I said, bathe a little bit, smell good so people don't be offended. Brush your teeth, get in the car, and drive to those locations, dude. I'm gonna show you this again in case you came late for the people that are watching. Okay? I'm gonna show everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I believe that too, Danica. I definitely believe that too. That they looked like decent people that were just doing what they had to do. I definitely do believe that. But with all that being said, I learned recently talking to another older couple that if your parents have a certain way of talking, like, you know, because they're from the streets or they're from a certain area, and even if they're kidding, a younger mind or younger generation will take that and absorb that, thinking that that's who they really are, and then the kid will pick up traits. So maybe when Shanny was there younger, they made a kid around about certain topics, and maybe she, you know, took it as serious. And I've seen that happen before. Good question.
So if you go on Google and you look at Scranton agencies or whatever, this is a place here. If you want emergency rent assistance in Scranton, PA, these are all the different places that you can go to.
Yep, exactly, Crispy.
Department of Human Services or whatever, right? You need to go to places that are food banks. A lot of people are asking why.
Cheryl Gallerin has just donated $19.99 through Super Chat. Just because. Here to support smiling face with hearts, winking face, thumbs up, medium light skin tone.
Kisses, medium light skin tone. Thanks, yo. I love when they're always funny. That one's not there no more, right? The money sign, the insurance script sign. That's technically what's called. I don't think so, but thank you. Oh. Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate the help tonight. I appreciate Cheryl.
Why won't they go to food banks? Because they're lazy. That's why. These are all the different places that they can go to where they will receive free food. There isn't a church in the United States of America that will sit there and watch them be hungry. But I'm going to tell you this, though. There are a lot of churches in the United States of America that will not give them assistance if they are not willing to get off their lazy behinds and actually try to do something. Because after a while, they're going to be like, no, it's a sin. You're being lazy. We're going to hand you over to Satan for the destruction of the flesh. That's what we're going to do. It is a sin. You have no business not having gas in your car, Rev. You have absolutely no business whatsoever not having gas in your car, dude. Not when you possess a $240 game. Now, let's flip the roles here. Do you honestly believe if I had a $240 game that I would be on YouTube asking people for money? Like, do you honestly believe that? Do you honestly believe that if I had anything of value like you guys have, that you guys still...
Especially the fact that they left so many video games and consoles, old school Sega and Nintendo, behind in that condo in Colorado.
have to this day. Like, for example, a lot of you don't know they left a microwave there and they left an air fryer there. I made a YouTube video telling them to come and get it. You could probably get about maybe $30 for the microwave since it's used, maybe $25 for the air fryer. And you can put gas in this car. It'll fill up his tank. In the caddy that he got, I think it's only like $45 to fill up his tank because he got one of them old school cars, or at least 75% of his tank. I think that's what he told me. I know that the Durango, it takes about $60 to $65 to fill up that tank. Maybe a little bit more because of the price increases or whatever. But the point of the matter is, you can sell that game. They got a couple of nice phones. They haven't even entertained selling those phones. What's going to end up happening is
they
they're going to
smell.
try to sell that stuff when that stuff has been devalued so much and it's been damaged so much, they're not going to be worth anything anymore. They're not going to be worth anything anymore. So, Rev, what are you going to do, man? Are you going to man up? You're going to be a man for once in your life, dude? Stand up to Shanny, sell something, put some gas in that car, and then go, and then don't go leave and don't come back until you got a job? Like, have that mentality? Or are you going to sit in that room and keep making 1,000,000,001 excuses on why you can't do anything? Or Shanny, perhaps you're the stronger vessel and your man is the weaker vessel. And I know you don't like me saying that, Shanny, because you keep talking about how you're the weaker vessel. That's baloney. Not with the way you treat him. Why don't you go out there and provide for your family? Because if both of you don't do it, then you're committing suicide right now. You're going to starve to death. And you can't blame nobody but yourselves.
I definitely think she's stronger than Rev, though. Definitely. She's the one pulling the strings here.
How is it that, Shanny, that you was willing to throw a glass vase at him and do all this stuff to him because he wouldn't accept that job that day?
Wow.
Throw him out the house, throw that expensive leather coat he had at him, throw it downstairs and throw it at him with all the other stuff that you throw at him, breaking all his games. But you're willing to let that lazy behind guy lay next to you every night and not get up, try to find a job. You want to know why you're in the situation that you're in right now? That both of you lazy and you don't want to work. That's why you're in the situation that you're in. You're lazy and you don't want to work. If you was working and you wasn't making enough money to make ends meet and you did a fundraiser, I bet you people would donate. You have a lot of people on here donating. If you actually did something for yourself, you'll be surprised. I bet you JD Kane would donate to you. JD Kane would donate to you. There's a lot of people on here that would donate. If you were actually working, doing something with yourself. Showing that you're serious about taking your life serious. But we all...
And that's the one thing that bothers me. I know that Gman has no remorse for that, you know, because anytime anyone even hints at talking about, you know, the child abuse, he just ignores it.
Oh, no, you're not going to do that. I mean, I understand this is America and there's a sucker born every 2 minutes. I was one of them. You got me pretty good with that one, Shanny.
Still are.
Every time I come over there, Rev, like, I love you, brother. I love you, brother. You helped us so much, brother. I love you. I love you. I love you. And then when we have this argument and everything and whatnot, you know what Rev does? He gets on here and he thanks Dragnet. And he thanks these atheists on here and these people on the internet for giving him enough money for smokes. But he won't even say thank you to me for all the bags and 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 bags of tobacco that I've worked to do. Dude, I've been helping you since you've been in Boulder.
Yeah, he did, Danica. Isn't that crazy?
I'm not going to keep talking about you guys like this every day.
Because he felt bad for them.
Well, I got, but this needs to be understood though. You know what I mean? Christians, if you're watching this, if you believe that I'm being unbiblical, I will open myself up for correction. Okay? You can contact me via the email, okay? gtb3@gmail.com, 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 or you can correct me in the comment section. Please use scripture when you do it, as that's the only thing I respect as authority.
That email does work for anybody who was curious or send him an email. I've sent an email to Gman the past few weeks a few times just to see if he would come on my channel so I can be in control of who gets timed out and where he can not dodge those questions I have about the child abuse and why he enabled it. At least for that year that I told him he could have looked into my claims. You know, I don't lie. That's one thing about me. I don't lie. I don't care who you are. If I say something, it's the truth that I find out. I don't make up shit about anybody here. If I say something, you can always look into it because it's been verified as proof to me, for the most part.
Okay, so please, and if you're not a Christian and you want to try to correct me for the things that I'm saying, the comment section is there for everybody, so that you can try to correct me.
Yeah,
no problem
exactly,
whatsoever.
Taylor.
But I believe that I'm doing the right thing because these two refuse,
which you didn't have before, right?
Everybody got their breaking point, man. I'll be glad when they reach there so they can realize that I'm trying to help them and I'm not trying to hurt them.
Sure.
And like I said, Rev, I can't be wrong and your uncle can't be wrong, dude. We both can't be wrong. There's something that you're obviously doing, dude, that's turning people off, man. You want people to talk to you
child
like a man,
abuse.
treat you like a man, help you out like another man, then you gotta start acting like one, dude. Like honestly, you gotta stand up for yourself and tell that woman that you're gonna go look for a job.
Yeah, I agree.
You want respect,
agree.
dude, you gotta go out there, you gotta look for a job, dude. You gotta go find one.
100%.
Don't give me this garbage. You can't find one, dude. There are temp agencies. There are people out there that want people to pick up poop in front of their houses. This is gonna be leaf season. You know what I mean? A lot of leaves you can go out there and you can rate, dude. You got a car, but crying out loud, you can park. Let me tell you how sorry this guy is. Guys, he can take his car, park at the supermarket court Giant or Jerry's, and ask people, do they need car service? He'll make $10 to drive people to the location that they need to go to. He'll be competing with Lyft, and he'll be competing with Uber with Uber. He can do DoorDash. He can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. He can go like Super Troopers and be like $5 for an HJ, $10 for a BJ, $15 for a LJ or whatever.
You gotta be willing to get up your butt, do something for yourself, dude. Stop getting on here talking about some foods, looking like an idiot. Stop getting on here saying, can people help me out with medication because you don't need it? What you need is Jesus. This is something else I've been dying to tell you. Delta 8 is not going to solve your problems. Jesus Christ is. And he encourages you to get up your behind and work.
Well, Cheryl, we did try, but Shanny would always turn around and be like, oh, they're fed. These are my trolls. Like, she always had a way to make it sound like people were just harassing her until it was too late.
Delta 8 is not your Lord and Savior, and Shanny isn't either. Stop getting on the internet looking stupid, saying that she's the most important thing in your life when you're claiming to be a Christian. You're a Christian. Jesus Christ is the most important person in your life. Shanny didn't die for your sins. And you mark my words, Rev. You heard it from here, and you heard it from other people. As soon as somebody comes to her with some money, she's going to dump you, dude.
Yep.
And Shanny,
I
don't get it
believe
twisted.
that.
One day you're going to say the wrong thing to Rev, and he's going to leave you. I know a lot more Shanny than you do, Shanny, actually, on this particular topic. A lot more. That's why you seemed so surprised when you heard about the Indian girl at the store. I ain't tell you about the convenience mart. I ain't tell you about the girl at Jerry's. I ain't tell you about the girl at Giants. I ain't tell you the girl at CVS. I ain't tell you about the girl at Dollar General. There's a lot of stuff you don't know, Shanny. And he can say I'm lying all he wants. I can make a YouTube video and prove it. I'll walk right in them stores and start pointing to people. Her, next door, her, next door, her.
That's good, though, Bug Life.
I wouldn't say Big Lots, but no, he wasn't flirting with her. But when we did go into Family Dollar, he flirted with the girl there a couple of times.
It's Rev, though. Come on. He's only had a sex doll before Shanny. Come on. It's not like he's able to get any phone numbers. I'd be shocked if he could get a phone number, a legit phone number.
And no, Shanny, I'm not trying to break you up. I'm just giving you the reality that this dude can leave you if he wants. Now, I don't know how long that relationship
He weighs
lasts,
less.
Once they get close enough to smell him, he's going to lose favor with them really fast.
That's
Unless
nasty.
they are into Delta 8 like he is or whatever. But Shanny, I keep telling you, if you want to do with some money, just go to the hood. Just walk around in the hood. You won't be single long. Go to the hood. You might be a booty call for some people. Now, let me stop. Oh, God, and that's true, too. That's what you would be. You would be a booty call before they throw you out because they're not going to listen to that manipulative baloney. With all the struggles the black community goes through, they don't want to hear that sob story. Please, nobody's going to want to hear that garbage. That happens every day in the hood, woman. You just don't know. Every day that happens in the hood.
He's so
You ain't saying
sexist.
Nothing. Except we don't call them CPS. We call them DIFAS, the Division of Youth and Family Services.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. Every 5 minutes, somebody's losing their kids in the hood. You know what I mean? Like, if you start going in and saying I have money and I lost it, please. That's every household in Jersey City in the hood.
Hey, Nikki, what's
all
up?
the time.
Yeah, they are.
That's why I said you're probably
You got
a
it.
booty call because you're going to get tired of hearing it.
It's been a while.
It's only unique in the suburbs. It's not unique in the hood. I'm telling you straight up. If you don't believe me, go talk to the guys in the hood. And you'll see what I'm talking about.
We had another bad haircut again. Yep.
But if they found out how lazy you were, I promise you this, he'll have you as a girlfriend.
Shannon will
They're
get
gonna have 5 other ones
slappy.
beside you. There ain't no man respecting no woman that's laying around all day and not doing nothing but playing video games. That's kind of unique though, because Shanny's the first woman. Let me make sure I think about this. Yeah, I think she's the first woman I've ever met that all she wants to do is play video games all day and watch TV. Like I've seen unemployed women on welfare and on Social Security, but they do a lot more than that. Like they'll go to the store, they'll run errands, they'll do things.
That's because they don't have anyone else to fall back on, and it's either this or nothing. So they take it serious. When people like Shanny, she's never had to because there's always someone bailing her out and giving her the fat golden parachute. It's not fair. She should understand people's lives are not this easy.
All she does is play video games and watch TV all day long. And I've never seen Shanny might be the first and only woman I've ever seen this way. I have to really think about this. Now, guys, I see this a lot with guys. They get some dumb girl that's willing to take care of them. And they'll just sit around all day. But they'll still go to the store and pretend like they're doing something. They pretend they're doing chores or whatever, just so they can keep receiving money or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's rare to see that with women. I don't think about that. It's rare. It's really rare. And Shanny, again, before you say I gave you a death sentence, let's try to remember all of the different.
Well, Nick, if you watch the replay later, I showed a video from last year, November, like almost exactly a year, where I talked to Gman one-on-one. I yelled at him, and I said, "How can you be their friend and co-sign the pee on the beds and the crap on the wall, on the ground, the blood on the walls?" And he just kicked me out. He couldn't come to terms with the reality yet.
Different times, you also was calling me outside of my name while you was living in that house, Mike. This is how dumb I was. While you was living inside of the house, you were calling me all of these names. You were saying all this stuff to me. You know what I mean? I didn't throw you out. I looked the other way. I figured you were just being emotional. And I look stupid saying that. No, you got this mentality that you believe that you can say whatever you want whenever you want. See, Shanny, welcome to the world of needing people. When you need people, you don't have the right to just speak your mind the way you do. And if you don't believe me, wait until you get temporary rent assistance and you get Section 8. You're going to find out you can't do a lot of things. You're going to find that out real fast, that there are rules that you have to abide by. That when inspection comes, the house has to be a certain way or you will not get it.
And also, if they get arrested, she beats up Red beats up her, they're done. Off the program permanently.
Now, they can't come near and have the house smell like cat pee. Can't go in there smelling like fungus foot and all that other stuff and whatnot. You got to keep that place.
That's cat ass.
Give you that money that you need at the end of the month. You're going to find that out real fast. A lot of stuff that I know you don't know nothing about, but you're going to learn real fast. And when your boss tells you to do something, guess what? You're going to have to do it. No one's going to care about ultra mind control. No one's going to care about UFOs, whether or not the earth is flat or not. No one's going to care about whether or not you're an angel, with legions of angels. What they're going to care about you stocking those shelves. They're not going to care about YouTube. They're going to care about you stocking those shelves. That's what you know why I'm laughing? Because I'm trying to picture. I can actually see her doing this, arguing with them about mind control instead of actually doing the job that's in front of her. I can actually see her doing that. That's the funny thing about it. With some people, I can't see it. I can see that with her. I can see Rev talking about, so I'm going to give you Apple stock. I'm going to get you Apple stock while he's working for UPS. Working 4 hours a day, stocking boxes. Oh my God. Like, these two need to come down to reality. Like, really. They really do. So,
Rubber nugget needed. Showers and jobs.
I think you owe this community an apology. You ain't dead yet. You ain't gonna die of no blood clot because you ain't got no blood clot. You ain't going through the things that you say you're going through. What you suffer from, honey, is an acute case of laziness.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree with that. What you need
is a tiger chasing you or a lion getting ready to eat you, so you can get out that lazy bed of yours and start running. That's what you need. That's what you need. So. Oh God, I can hear working at Walgreens. You know what I'm gonna do with my first? You know what you wanna do? We need to talk about Apple stock. And he'll burp. Well, you know full well what I'm talking about, dude. That would be so funny.
G-Man's
every time I talk about this guy talking about getting a job like at a warehouse or like a factory or whatever, he bring up the Apple stock and all that stuff and whatnot. That used to be funny. I miss those conversations. Those were funny. You had me rolling with that one. Absolutely rolling. But anyway, guys, that's what I'm angry about. I'm angry about the fact that there's all of these programs out there that they're not taking advantage of, and they're trying to con people into trying to get people to feel sorry for them.
Same here.
Stuff, and they're not even willing to pick up a toothbrush and brush their teeth and do something with themselves.
Ew.
You know what I mean? So I'll take questions in the live chat very briefly.
Gross.
Did you see the body cam showing everything she started going off about MK Ultra? Yes, I did. In the arrest video, she was like talking about MK Ultra because she was being arrested for being a little bit too kinky with Rev. And then she brought up the MK mind control. That was hilarious.
It was bullcrap.
Let me see something here. Read mine. Heather has boils under her fuba. Who's Heather? All right, let me see. So anyway, guys, the reason why I'm laughing is because, like I said, if you ever had a conversation with Rev about work, I'm telling you, these are the things he would say in the middle of like picking up boxes. You know what I mean? So he will say that. He'll have you dying. Can you bring cat food? Let me send it to you. Of course I can. What do you mean, can I bring cat food? You mean give them cat food for the cats? Yeah, I can do that. I can go to where they're at and give them cat food. I don't know if they'll be happy to see me.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing they can do because Rev's a wimp and Shanny's not going to get
What
up.
a visual, Nikki.
Also, Becca was right. Keep listening to him sewing and reaping. Yeah, I mean, I feel guilty today, and like I said, they almost got a nice little donation from me today. But Becca and me talked, and I got talked out of that one real fast. So get a PO box. Yeah, you're right about that. I should do that. Yep. As long as the cats have food. Pretty soon they're gonna have to give up those cats because those cats ain't gonna have nothing to eat. Right now, I bet you they got something to eat. Because
call animal control.
They got the EBT card. They're probably eating chicken and giving some of the cats some of their chicken.
Yeah.
Nope, don't send nothing there. I'll get a PO box. What a lot of you don't know was after I rented the place out,
yeah,
I was told that I was going to go get them a camper. I told them that they would never have to worry about a roof over their head and they could focus on working, but I'm not doing none of that stuff, man.
That is funny, folks. That's funny that everyone was like, I hear a camper, and now is saying that he would have bought them a camper. It's just, I don't know. I think that's interesting.
They really need to focus on getting off their feet and actually doing something for themselves.
Uh-oh.
Drader says, what's funny about this, Gman isn't much better than them. If you say so, Drader. If you say so. Yep, they can buy tuna. They can buy tuna with the EBT card. Absolutely. Yep.
Thanks, Pratt.
Gman works that automatically puts him above him. Okay, let's see something here. Okay, so I did that twice. Todd Malakote says having a camper is far from free. Well, I mean, they got to put gas in it. But if they had a camper, at least they could park it somewhere and live in it. Good luck with where that's going to happen, though. Tuna is not good for cats. That's interesting. So Bella says there are a ton of programs they could apply for, but most of them require them to start work training programs. Rev can go to a free apprentice school for free and get a scholarship and go back to school. There's a lot of stuff that he can do. And they'll actually pay him a stipend for going to some of these. He can go to AmeriCorps. He can go to various different programs. As a matter of fact, it would be funny watching them walk into, because I don't know if they got an urban league in Scranton, but they got an urban league in Jersey City, New Jersey. And they help people in his position. They can probably help them find somewhere to go immediately if they went to the Hudson County urban league. You know what I mean? The only problem is that place is for people who live in the hood. They show up there. That would be funny. I would pay to be a fly on the wall for that one. That would be funny.
I bet you will.
Of course I repented. Repented means that you don't, let me put this out so everybody can see this here. Why have you been enabling their behavior? Have you repented? Of course I have. I'm not giving them no more money. I'm done with those.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You're repenting the behavior for not giving money, but how about I came to terms with them abusing those boys, and I realized that they were, but I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know. I turned a blind eye, and I realized I was wrong. I mean, really, that's all I want him to say. I mean, this other stuff, yeah, that's fine. That's nice, but, what about those kids, man?
As far as that goes. Jason could take you, G-Man, honestly. No, he can't. Rev can barely pick up a broom. You just don't know. I'm a lot stronger than Rev. Me and him had an arm wrestling contest, and it wasn't even competitive. Let me see something here.
Yeah,
yes,
he did.
They lack motivation to try.
After I played some.
Sure do. And the only way they're going to get motivated
is
by
I think it's
putting
great.
them in a position where they got to do it. My ex-husband works under the table to avoid paying child support for 3 children. How do you justify yourself, G-Man? I don't really know what you're talking about, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
I'm dead serious. I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Okay, let's see something here. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Again, Rev, I could call my friend back up about giving you work, but I already seen what you did 2 times, and he don't trust me when it comes to you. You really messed up with him on that day when you were supposed to rake those leaves, and you chose not to do that. You know what I mean? And then you got a problem getting up early in the morning. You know what I mean? So stop sinning, guys. Repent. I'm referring to Shanny for Christ in Revelation News. Stop sinning. You guys need to stop being lazy, stop being slothful, and start being fervent and start working. Stop making excuses and trust on the Lord Jesus Christ and stop trusting on G-Man. All right? I am limited. I am a human being, and I am poor. Okay? And you know what? I'm proud of it because I know how to be poor and I know how to survive. You know what I mean? I ain't just become poor like you guys did. I've been poor my whole life and loving it. So anyway, guys, let's look at that outro and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I don't like this outro. But that's pretty much it for tonight, folks. Yeah, I just wanted to show a lot of his hypocrisies. I still don't believe, final thoughts, I still don't believe anything he's saying. He's just trying to save face. He's just trying to get donos and stuff. Like I just showed you, next month will be an exact year ago that I told him about the pee on the floor and everything and the shit in the beds and poop on the floor, cat poop and all this other horrible stuff that he didn't believe because I was a this and a that. Well, now it's been a year later, and now he's admitting it, but he still hasn't came to terms with admitting that part. I wish he did. They'll say fungus feet, but hopefully one day we'll, it's a every day at a time, type of thing. But that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out. There's about like 77 of you. Make sure you all like, and half you aren't subscribed. Please subscribe. I mean, it's a great channel. I try to make it as funny as possible. I haven't felt well in a few days, but hopefully by the next time I stream, I'll be back to my crazy self, and hopefully I'll have a special guest. But that's it. Thank you guys for coming. And thanks, Danica. I love that. I love when you guys are here. But thank you, and thank Philly Guy, and Patty, and Cheryl for your donations. I appreciate it. But bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. And yes, and thank you so much. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. And take care of yourselves.